Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long. I'm really glad to be back. I had to take me a little break, but I was called to jump on here um, pretty randomly. I didn't even think I was going to get on here until June 1st, which is tomorrow. So, I know the messages we have here are very important, so we're going to keep it short and sweet for you guys. All right, now, as usual, I'm going to have 3 piles. Not sure what the topic is yet, but I'll make sure to put up the slide for at least 10 seconds. So pause if you feel like you need a little more time, and I will see you guys at your reading. All right, so welcome, pile number 1. These are going to be messages from your ancestors, okay? So let's see what we got for you. First card is success. I know that there is no greater love than, oh wait, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Okay, and then we have here, seek the lesson. Peacock Ore. When you wake up tomorrow, list 10 things that you are grateful for. Excuse me. So sorry. First things first. I'm getting a lack mindset from you. Feeling like you don't have enough. Feeling like you should be aspiring for more, which I actually think it's true. I do think you need big goals, and if your goals don't feel big, you do need to create bigger goals. But what I'm getting here is a feeling of being behind. And your ancestors need you to know that you're not behind, because there are things that you're still learning. There are lessons that aren't quite as fortified in your heart and mind as they should be for the position you're going to be in. So I'm also getting here that you are repeating some lessons. Now, we all have free will. And we already know when we've experienced something and we come across it again, it just means that we haven't graduated. We haven't learned the lesson fully, right? Now, I'm getting here that you're going to be tested to apply what you have learned to this lesson that's coming up for you. Now, I am getting romance and I'm getting career. I'm getting romance and career. So if it hasn't happened already, both of these things are going to be stirred up at the same time. And it's basically an opportunity for you to see how much you've grown, how far you've come. And I am actually seeing here that you've come really far. And when you compare yourself to other people, it's not fair. And the reason it's not fair is because of the path that you're walking. The path that you're walking seems similar to, I guess, the people around you. But it's not. I am getting that the shift, I'm getting plural. So the shifts that are occurring for you are going to be very swift, and they are going to be very intense as well. So when you look around you and you feel like you're behind in life or not where you need to be financially or even romantically, because I am getting very strong romance and finance vibes, you need to keep in mind that I'm seeing like an acceleration. Like, you know, when you play a video game like Mario or something like that, and then you have those arrows, and it's almost like a strip that kind of like propels you, like you speed up and you jump up in the air. That's what I'm getting for you. It's almost like you're going to be encountering a ramp that most people won't even see or have the opportunity to get on, that is going to propel you in a way that you don't expect and other people around you don't expect either. So when you look at your life and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm such a failure because this person's here and this person has this, I don't have that, and this person has their life together and I don't. Stop, because your situation is different and it's not a fair comparison. Okay? I'm hearing smell the roses. Not to say that you aren't grateful for the things that you have, but you could be more grateful. There's a need for you to stay present. I see your mind in the future, like really far in the future. And then I also feel like your heart, I see like an anchor. I see strings around your heart and like an anchor. And that anchor represents your past too. So with you being mindful of the things that you are able to be grateful for, it'll keep you present, number one. And number two, it'll release that burden of things that have happened in the past that you feel like may have been either missed opportunities, or maybe you felt like you procrastinated too much, or whatever, time that you're not able to get back. Very heavy on not focusing on time you can't get back. There's something about your eyes that makes people feel connected to you. So that's something that you need to know. Next time you lock eyes with somebody, it might be romantic, but generally speaking, people can feel you. People can feel you, especially through your eye contact. That's something that you need to know. You might be encountering a lot of vulnerable experiences with people that might catch you off guard. And you carry a lot of messages for people, but you don't even realize. You're just speaking. You're just conversing with people. But you don't even realize how much you're actually saying the exact thing that people need to hear. And this is organic, obviously. So these aren't things that you're mapping out like, oh, I'm going to tell Jason this, or oh, I'm going to go tell Pam this about her life or herself. No. People feel very connected to you, just so you know. So if you feel like nobody cares about you, nobody's worried about what you're doing, you're on people's mind a lot, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if you feel really drained sometimes out of nowhere. It's because people have you on their mind a lot. Alright, so let's quickly just pull some tarot for you guys. And then we're going to end the message off for you folks. Let's see. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 1. What does pile number 1 need to know? Messages from pile number 1's ancestors. Messages from pile number 1's ancestors. Ooh. Okay, hold on. That was a lot of energy. I saw the Wheel of Fortune. I see the Six of Cups here and the Two of Pentacles. But I'm just going to shuffle and see if the energy comes out again. What's this? Okay, so we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Messages for pile number one's ancestors. Three of Swords. Ooh, gotta be careful. Page of Wands reversed. I hear somebody's holding a torch. Somebody broke their own heart when it comes to you. So I'm guessing there's something that transpired here with you and an individual. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I am picking up on romance, and I am getting a lot of air energy here. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So either you are one of those signs, or you were dealing with somebody with those who has those signs in a prominent place in their chart. Somebody broke their own heart dealing with you, and I'm hearing that they're carrying a torch, but it's almost like they don't have any real hope that you will accept them back in or give them another chance. But I am getting here that you've actually forced somebody to sit down. That's what I'm hearing. You forced somebody to sit down. So what that means is that you have somebody here reflecting on how they lost you. You got somebody reflecting on what it is that they want out of their life. You got somebody reflecting on even the people that they have around them. They're comparing people to you. So if this is a friend, this is somebody who's comparing other friendships to the friendship they had with you. This is romantic. I'm even getting an employer, it could be. But whatever you are, however you fit in this person's life, they're comparing you to other people who hold either the same or similar position that you did. And they're discovering that... My nose is really itchy. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry, it wasn't like that before I got on camera. Either way, someone's realizing that... somebody's realizing that they can't move the way that they thought that they did, or the way that they could, because this person thought that they could walk away from you and be okay, just to discover after walking away from you, or you walking away from them. Because I'm getting, if you walked away from them, it's not because you actually wanted to, but you felt like you were put in a position where you had to either protect your peace, your dignity, your sanity, something like that. And they're realizing, it's almost like they're realizing the depth of their emotions, because this is somebody who considers themselves extremely logical, and that they're not affected by their emotions at all, and you pop the lid off of that. Even if it's an employer, it's somebody who feels like all employees can be replaced, and maybe, let's say you weren't the personality hire, but you did bring something to the environment that was different, and this person is realizing that they cannot replace that, and they should have appreciated you more. Employer, lover, friend, whatever the case may be, okay? So those are your messages from your ancestors. If this resonated for you guys, please leave a tidal wave, because I feel like you got somebody here who thought they were big and bad and no one could affect them. Really reevaluating their lives and having to acknowledge their emotions. So put a tidal wave. Put a wave in the comments if this resonated for you guys. All right, pile number one, I wish you the best. Stay blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Alrighty, welcome pile number two. So, in the last pile, my nose got really itchy out of nowhere. And I've heard some readers say that it means that you're connecting. So, I hope it doesn't happen with you guys. But if I pause the reading, that's why, okay? Now, we are going to get started with you guys. Your card is freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Your second card is, ooh, become a shapeshifter. Free will and becoming a shapeshifter. Interesting. Okay. And then we have here agate. Exercise today. Dance. Go to a gym. Flip around. Remind yourself that what your body is capable of. Shapeshifter. Moving your body. Free will. You're not stuck. You're not stuck or chained to anything or anyone, and your ancestors need you to remember that. If you need a pivot, you have the freedom and the free will to do so. If there are people who are upset by the moves that you have to make, then those are their feelings and emotions to deal with. There is almost like an ambiguity that's required of you right now. And let's say you don't even know what your next steps are. That's actually your ancestors protecting you, because other people aren't supposed to know your next step either. So you might be somebody who is pretty open or transparent, or you don't mind giving people certain information, but you are actually being kept in the dark about an upcoming shift in your life, because that information is actually supposed to be protected from other people. Your autonomy is going to be questioned by a lot of people. There are people who are going to feel like, there are going to be people who are going to have the mindset of, what gives you the right to feel like you can just leave this job, or if you can just go over there, if you can just take a trip out there. What gives you the right to make these decisions and just leave? Your ancestors are telling you right now, do not let anybody guilt you or make you feel guilty about the decisions you make when you need to pivot. There's a lot of stored and pent-up energy that you have that you do need to release. So let's say you don't like exercising or hiking or doing any like strenuous activities, taking a walk or going out to the park or just getting up and making sure that you get out of the house to do something. Your body needs to move to shift the energy that you've absorbed from other people. You're somebody who is able to pick up on other people's fears, other people's worries, things like that. And if you don't shed them appropriately, those energies can stick to you and will stick to you. As a matter of fact, I'm getting you have a lot of gunk, so it's important for you to cleanse. And part of you cleansing is, and by cleansing, I don't mean anything extravagant either. I literally mean what I just said just now, like moving your body to, move the energy around. Part of you cleansing is what's going to get you out of whatever environment or relationship or I'm getting here like baggage. Whatever that is, you're going to release it very soon. And it's so important for you to make sure that there's movement that accompanies this. Okay. And you are going to face a lot of interruptions. Your ancestors are telling you that you need to just push through. Push, 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 push. If you need any motivation to get out of bed, to start writing that poem, to work out a budget, to save up for that trip, to whatever it is that's been on your mind so heavily. Your ancestors are giving you all the encouragement to make sure that you push through. Because there are people that don't want to see you be as free and as autonomous as you actually are. There are people who are irked by that, and they don't like it at all. Alright? And like I said before, that's their problem to deal with. Okay? So let's see what's showing up for you guys in the tarot. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 2. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 2. And I am feeling all of a sudden very sleepy, very drained. So you're somebody who actually needs to cleanse on a regular basis. You need to move around on a regular basis. However it is that you do it, whether it's sage, even if it's just like venting and talking to a friend or something, it's so important not to keep the energy stagnant. Because when you keep it stagnant, you're holding it. And this energy is not meant for you to hold. Okay, Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 2. Let me get messages. Oh, King of Pentacles. Okay. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 2. What is pile number 2? No way. 3 of Swords reversed. This card came out for the last spread. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 2. 7 of Pentacles reversed. Something that you feel like you've invested in too much, or you've just invested. So something that you've invested in a lot that you're gonna end up releasing and healing through is actually what's gonna push you into financial stability. Now, it may not be the end goal. It may not be the financial stability that you've dreamed of, but there's something about your finances healing once you detach from something that you've invested in a lot, whether it's a job or a person. Because whatever this was, it wasn't serving you, and that's something that you were aware of, but you had a difficult time detaching. Once you let that go, you're actually going to feel a lot more stable in your life. Alright, so let me pull a few more cards to see if there are any other messages from your ancestors. 9 of Cups reversed. Benevolent Spirit Guides and Ancestors of pile number 2. What messages do you have for pile number 2? You're going to discover very quickly that this wasn't something that you needed in your life anyway. And you're going to end up pouring more into yourself. Whatever you were pouring into, all of that energy, that love, that nurturing, you're going to pour it back into yourself. And you're going to realize that that situation that you let go of, you thought you wanted it, but really and truly, there's more for you out there, and you don't want to keep yourself stuck, right? With the 4 of Swords here. Pile number 2's ancestral messages. Yep. 10 of Cups. Once you release this, even no matter how much you thought you wanted it, no matter how much you thought it was your dream job, your passion, your dream person, your da-da-da-da-da-da-da, what's on the other side of letting this go, whatever it is that you're having a hard time letting go of, is the Ten of Cups. Alright, so those are your messages, pile number 2. I hope that resonated for you guys. And if it did, please put an emoji of a trophy. Because I see you guys gaining a lot more that you don't even expect. And it's going to be more than what you actually thought you wanted. Alright, so that's really exciting for you guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Take care. Welcome, pile number 3. So let's see what ancestral messages you guys have today. So your first card is Abundant. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And then we have here with love and kindness. So you already, you manifest from your heart, not your mind. You manifest from your heart. So whether you're somebody who gets really angry and things shift for you in that regard, or you feel very deeply about something or someone, that's how things shift around for you as well. So it's important for you to keep your heart clear, because you attract a lot of, your heart is like a magnet. You attract a lot of what you feel, not just what you desire, what you feel. Iolite. Make a budget for a week or a month and stick to it. Okay. Because you draw things in with your heart, your emotions, it's also very important for you to compartmentalize certain things so you don't attract what it is that you don't want. Right? Now, there's clearly something here about finances that you're trying to call in. And you're calling it in. It's just important that you are able to distinguish between your energy and the energy of others that you're picking up on. You have a lot of room in your heart. You may feel like a very closed off person, like you don't really connect to people much. That may be true, but you have a lot of room in your heart. And what that means is that, okay, so when you take on other people's burdens, when you take on other people's emotions, or even when you hold space for them, that is occupying a sliver or a tiny corner of your heart. And because you manifest from your heart, it's important that other people's energy doesn't stay there. There's a similar message in one of the piles. If you were drawn to another pile, I'm not going to say which one, cleansing came up, and cleansing was very important. So this feels like an extension of that reading. People are also going to want to give to you, so it's important that you open yourself up to receive. If you're hyper independent, that's not going to help you in this season of your life, because people are going to want to help you, and this is something that your ancestors are bringing in for you, to receive love, joy, help, kindness, connection, vulnerability from other people. Of course, use your discernment, but I know I'm speaking to somebody who's usually got it. Emotionally independent, financially independent, all the independence in the world. This is a time for you to connect with people, to let people in. Not everybody, but to let people in. Because there are people that actually mean well by you. And you'll see that once you vet them. Now, if you need help with your finances, there will be help made available for you, but more so as an information rather than a handout. I'm sure there will be people that will come to, lend you a hand here and there. But what I'm getting mostly is learning how to make your money longer. You got to make your money longer. And you're going to do that with the help of others. Information that other people bring to you. Or information that you seek. You've also outgrown your environment. Work environment, friendship group. There's something that you're a part of that you've outgrown. Like a hermit crab. Like you need to find another shell. A shell that fits you now. Okay. Alright. Let's see what the tarot got for you guys. Let me pause this. Sorry guys, my nose has been getting really itchy for some reason, so I had to take care of that. Now, I'm just going to pull some tarot for you guys, group number 3. Now, there's a similar pile that I was getting drained by, or during, not by. So, I already know that you need to cleanse daily. And that's not even, I'm not being dramatic, I'm not being hyperbolic. You need to cleanse daily. I am getting a lot of evil eye from you, and not that the evil eye itself will go through, but you are feeling almost like the ripple effects of evil eye that's being sent your way. Okay, so let's see, what does pile number 3's ancestors want them to know? What does pile number 3's ancestors want them to know? Your current career is... There's something about your nervous system and your current career that's not aligned. There's something about what you do for work or what you're pursuing career-wise that is disrupting your nervous system. And as long as your nervous system is disrupted, you're gonna keep feeling like you're on a hamster wheel. Yeah. And I see here something about feeling stuck. And we have the Two of Pentacles reversed on the floor. This is a time for you to grab the bull by the horns and not just let things fall into place. Now, you got to go with the flow, right? You can't resist, everything around you, because none of us have that much control. But you can control yourself. You can't control what you do. You can't control where you go. There are things that are in your control that you are giving your power away to. So let's say like a job. And this is not to say for you to leave a job. It's an example. Let's say there is a job that's better suited, higher position, more money. But because you've become complacent at wherever it is that you work, you've become comfortable, you have a routine, life has just been the same and safe forever. It's almost like it's not even a thought in your mind to leave. And if it is a thought, it's almost like your mind immediately ejects it because it would require more out of you to start over or start somewhere else rather than to just stay where you are. But the problem is that there's a lack of progress by just staying where you are. And a lot of what's holding you back is that whatever this thing is, and I think it is a job, it looks like a career, it's frying your nervous system. So even if you make enough money, I'm not saying here that you do, but let's say even if you are, you're not going to be able to make as much as you possibly could by remaining where you are. And there's something about that your ancestors need to know. I need you to know. Also, there are a lot of people who are gossiping and talking about you in a negative sense. I don't know why your ancestors need you to know that. But from what I'm seeing here, it honestly feels like because people are making assumptions, because you're not giving away a lot of information, so people don't really know what's happening with you, but they're assuming from what they're seeing and feeling from you that you don't have much and you won't have much. I'm hearing you won't amount to anything, and that's clearly not true at all. It's not true at all. You're being hidden in plain sight by your ancestors, so nobody can affect, Judgment reverse, so nobody can affect what it is that they have in store for you. One more card for pile number 3, and then we're going to wrap this up. One more card for pile number 3, please. One more card for pile number 3. King of Swords reverse. All these piles seem connected. But with the King of Swords reverse, like, yeah, your nervous system is fried. There's no way you could be the best version of yourself staying at wherever it is that you are. Because I'm also seeing here that there's something very snappy about you. You're lacking a lot of, like, you're very impatient. You can come off as rude even when you don't mean to be, because of the mental and physical state that this place, job, environment is keeping you in. You aren't able to be yourself, the best version of yourself, by staying here. And I also do see that, I was saying that people were talking about you before. With Judgment in reverse, I am also seeing here that there's some things that people have been saying about you that's going to end up happening to them. So let's say, and this is a very extreme example, let's say you're somebody who ended up living in their car, right? And I'm not wishing this on anyone. I feel called to make it this extreme. Let's say you end up losing your apartment or your house and you end up living out of your car with you and your kid, right? For however long, and you have to figure yourself out. And there are people who know that you've been living out of your car and either don't have the capacity to take you in or just don't want to. Don't want the burden of taking you in. These people could be talking about you and blaming you for the position that you were in, right? But then what ends up happening is, let's say this is an aunt who has an older sibling, like a cousin of yours. Your cousin ends up in the same situation. So now that aunt that was talking buku smack about you is finally able to see how somebody ends up in a situation like that, why it's important to give people grace, and also how cruel that they were. So some things like that, and when I say things, because it looked like one person, but I'm actually starting to see here that this is going to happen with multiple people, where people think that all of the trials and tribulations you faced came from you and were your fault, are going to have a rude awakening and see that anyone could end up in that situation. It just happened to be you that time. And nobody really wanted to or had the empathy to look at it from your perspective or put themselves in your shoes. They're going to be forced to, though. There's a balancing of the scales here, even though I don't see the Justice card. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. There's something about your money. Your money is about to be good. Your money is about to be good. The one thing you do have to be aware of, though, is that once you start making more money, doesn't mean that you need to start spending more money. So make sure that you're able to save and keep things relative to the lifestyle that you're going to have instead of blowing it. There's a very fragile energy here of you potentially blowing the material things that you're going to come into. But I am getting here that you are heavily protected. So that's just something, that's just a message that your ancestors wanted you to keep in mind when this comes, when this happens for you. I don't know why I'm hearing windfall. So you might be receiving money that you don't even expect. Once you control your mind and realize your potential to get yourself out of a certain situation, it's going to feel too good to be true. And your ancestors want you to know that you're not going to get handed things and your life is going to be fixed in an instant. No. But at the same time, you will be given a form of peace of mind. And it's important for you to put one foot in front of the other. There's something here about blowing money. So that's a warning from your ancestors. Don't blow the money or the increase in finances that you're going to get. You don't have to be miserly, but make sure not to blow it. Okay? But I trust that you won't. I don't see that you are going to blow it. I'm just seeing that there's a heavy potential for that. Yeah, there is. You're healing your finances. And what you're going to have to do is ask people for advice or bounce some ideas off of people so that you know how to manage the amount. So you must be coming into a lot of money because there's something about money management here. And this level of money management being new to you and opportunities presenting themselves for you to blow it. But you won't blow it so long as you get the information that you need to maintain those finances for yourself. All right? Pile number 3, that is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for choosing me as your reader. So if this resonated for you guys, I need you to put a big fat bag of money down below in the comments. Because clearly you guys are on your way to something big. financially speaking. And it's exciting. You just have to walk with caution, one foot in front of the other, but you're going to be fine. All right, pile number 3. Like I said, thank you so much for choosing me as your reader, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.